Yo, what's up with y'all? What's up with y'all? Welcome back to Moxy Approved. What's up with y'all, Moxy Mob? Man, I know it's been a couple days. For those of y'all who know, I'm a comedian. I was in DC performing and I lost my voice. But we back, man. What's up with y'all, Moxy Mob? Please do me a favor. Keep doing what y'all been doing. Y'all been helping me out a lot. Hit that like button and watch this video all the way through to help me out with the algorithm. But what we talking about? What we talking about? Man, these retired basketball players and even some of the basketball players that's still playing, I've been noticing these last couple months, they've been really speaking out. Almost like they ain't been giving no F's. They ain't been keeping their mouth shut. Now, Scottie Pippen this last week, he already had his name all over the place because him and Kevin Durant was trading shots. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't necessarily agree with Scottie Pippen, but I'm just setting this up to let y'all know Scottie Pippen, he been on one lately.
You understand English?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, he done took the braids out. He done took the braids out, and I'm about to play a clip of this interview, and you can even tell in his body language.
I don't understand. You're not setting me up to answer the right question. What do you mean, Phil?
Things are different now. In his body language, I ain't never seen Scottie Pippen talk like this. Maybe in the behind the scenes in the Last Dance, behind the scenes, but not even this much has he been talking it out. But he been pretty much saying that, you know, he played under Phil Jackson for years, and he pretty much came out and said, in his opinion, that he thinks that Phil Jackson is racist. But check it out yourself. Wait. If this is your first time on the channel, please do me one small favor. Hit that subscribe button. It's totally free. Totally free. I'm gonna give you 1 second. All right, thanks. Let's go.
Help me understand the GQ article where you talked about the 1994 playoff game when you refused to go back in the game and Phil set up the play for Tony Kukoc.
Well, I mean, it's not much to be said if you go back and look at when Scottie Pippen entered the Bulls and when Tony Kukoc entered the Bulls and who deserved the last shot of the game.
No, I understand that, Scottie. I'm just going by what you said. You said you need to read between the fine lines, and then you go on to say it was a racial move to give him, Tony Kukoc, a rise.
So, I mean, if you knew that Scottie Pippen had been with the Bulls from 87, battled through the Pistons and every other team that we had to get to those 3 championships, wouldn't you give Scottie Pippen one opportunity to get a last-second shot without Michael Jordan? Like, 1 year without Michael Jordan. Can I get one shot? Like, I'm doing all the dirty work.
But all of that I understand from the basketball standpoint. But when you say a racial move...
Well, why would Tony, who was a rookie, get the last-second shot and you put me out of bounds? That's what I mean, racial. Like, that was Scottie Pippen's team.
But
Scottie
Phil
Pippen
then,
was on pace to be an MVP that year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why would you put him in a position not to be successful? Why wouldn't you put him in a position to succeed? Michael Jordan is not there. So who's next in line for you?
But have you talked to Phil about this? Because by saying a racial move, then you're calling Phil a racist.
I don't got a problem with that.
Do you think Phil was or is?
Oh, yeah. I mean, do you remember Phil Jackson left the Lakers, wrote a book on Kobe Bryant, and then came back and coached him? I mean, who would do that? You name someone in professional sports that would do that. You know? I think he tried to expose Kobe in a way that he shouldn't have. You're the head coach, and you're the guy that sits in the locker room and tells the players, this is a circle, and everything stays within the circle because that's what team is about. But you as the head coach, open it up, and now you go out and you try to belittle, at that time, probably one of the greatest players in the game.
Well, it feels like he's disloyal. I don't know if that makes him a racist.
Well, that's your
Yeah.
way of putting it out, and I have my way. I was in the locker room with him. I was in practices with him. You're looking for him afar.
Yeah, and look, that's why I wanted to have you on. But I go back, and Phil designed a play for Steve Kerr when Mike was there. And Mike Mike didn't have a problem with that, did he?
I don't understand. You're not setting me up to answer the right question. What do you mean Phil set up a play for Steve Kerr? He didn't set that play up for Steve Kerr. He set that play up for Michael Jordan.
I thought in the huddle, Mike says, I'm going to throw you the ball. You'll be open at the foul line. And Phil had nothing to do with that?
And you don't want to get this show started because it'll take us a long time. Do you know all those cameras that's sitting in that huddle who they was working for?
The NBA.
So you know who Michael was speaking to when he said that, right? that was planned. That was speaking to the camera. That wasn't speaking out of what we're going to have to do, what the play is going to be. That was speaking to the camera. Had John Stockton not came down, trust me. But that was building his own documentary because he knew he was controlling the cameras. You understand English?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, yeah, as you can see, Scottie Pippen, man, like even him cutting the interviewer off, like he ain't playing, man. And I don't know it. I think Kwame Brown got, especially these retired players, I think he's giving them the moxie to be able to speak their mind. That's just my opinion. Maybe not. We could say it's because what's her name, Larsa Pippen or whatever that his ex-wife was. She been all over the internet dating rappers. I think she already done with Future. Now she dating somebody else. I think that kind of got to him, and now he just, I don't know. He taking shots at a lot of people. He taking shots at everybody but the dudes that's sleeping with his ex-wife. But not saying he wrong for that. You get out of the marriage, you let him go. To address what he is saying, I remember when Phil Jackson wrote that book about Kobe Bryant. I don't know, some of y'all new to the channel may not know I'm a big Kobe fan. I'm from LA. I've been in LA most of my life. And I pretty much grew up watching Kobe Bryant. All right, so I'm a big time Kobe fan. And I remember when Phil wrote that book, I couldn't believe that they had joined forces again to win 2 more championships after that book. But then again, if y'all know the spirit of Kobe Bryant, he's willing to let things go to win, which is a good trait to have. But Scottie Pippen, man, he don't give no F's, man. And a lot of y'all may say, oh, Scottie Pippen is on the victim mode, which I don't agree with. And, you know, he might be playing a race card. I'm listening to the man, all right? And I don't have no experience with Phil Jackson for me, Moxy, to personally say, oh, Phil Jackson is racist. I'm not going to say that. But what I will say is I'm going to listen to him. And I got an open ear to him about what he says, because guess what? I dealt with a racist coach. I was in high school and I was pretty good, all right? And I had a coach. I didn't get all my recruitment letters. I ended up going to D2. I ended up dogging out the D2 players and didn't even really want to play for them. Didn't want a scholarship or nothing. That's a whole nother story. But my basketball coach was an unsuccessful college player, and the story was that he was upset. He was older. He was in his 70s or something. And he was around when they were starting to let black players play in college and professionally. And that upset him. So what he looked me in the eye and told me in my eye that I've made the rest of my existence to become here in high school, and I want to stop y'all in high school. I don't want to wait till y'all get to college. He looked me in the eye and told me that. I told the principal, we had this big meeting with my parents, called these people there just for him to stand up and look everybody in the eye and said, Michael is stuck on race. I was a good coach to him. You know, called him a liar in front of everybody, but it was his word versus my word. And of course, they're going to go with the white man's word. I ain't no victim mode or nothing like that. That's just what happened. So I will never, ever, ever close my ear to a player saying he dealt with someone that was racist, a coach or something like that. And I'm just glad that these players are starting to talk. You know what I mean? And we starting to learn a lot now. I mean, we learning a lot about Michael Jordan, but don't nobody want to call Michael Jordan out because, you know, the whole thing about Michael Jordan is, you know, people get clapped because of them kicks. Michael Jordan in there with a deep get along gang, like Kwame Brown said. He at the top tier. Even Kwame Brown ain't really talked about Michael Jordan yet, and there's a reason for that. People have been getting clapped, you know what I mean, talk about Michael Jordan. So you remember Chameleonaire? Remember Chameleonaire said that stuff about Michael Jordan?
Man, I don't mean to be rude, but Mike, I just want to know if I could get a picture. And then, now I understand. I kind of expected him to say no. So I wasn't mad if he said no. But the way he said it, he said, "Oh, hell nah, man. I ain't taking no pictures with no niggas."
He ain't have a music career after that. I don't know what happened. He took a major seats. But I'm glad that these players are starting to talk, whether it's because of Kwame Brown or not. And maybe they can get some kind of change, whatever change they looking for. But I'm just happy to see it. Well, anyways, y'all know how we end our videos over here on Moxy Approved, right? With that water. I see y'all here next time on Moxy Approved. Man, I like Phil Jackson too, man. Oh well.